Let's do our team selector. Gorsty, you can kick us off. We'll go with Alisson as the goalkeeper. Back four, what are we saying? Because there's been a bit of a scare around Nat Phillips, no?
Well, it's more than scary. It doesn't look like he's going to be involved. So that is a bit of a hammer blow to Liverpool, to be honest. And that fact alone probably tells you how mad this season's been. That you've been sweating on the fitness of Nat Phillips. So I don't know what to do, to be honest. I'm really hesitant to play Fabinho at centre back. But
just throw yourself in, Ghosty. Go on, lad.
Yeah, I'll bring my boots. Ben Davies, is he a thing? Is he alive?
You're telling me there's a chance that Ben Davies can play?
I mean, he's on the bench last game.
Well, yeah, maybe this is his chance for his debut. I mean, I'd rather have Ben Davies than Reece Williams. And I just don't want Fabinho at the bar. I read your piece, Lynchy, earlier this week about that, and I couldn't agree more. It's just never ever. That is just to, avoid at all costs. Not that he's bad there, but it just takes so much away from him in midfield. So, go on. I'm throwing in Ben Davies alongside Kabak and Alexander-Arnold and Robertson. So that's centre back partnership number 21 for the season, I think.
Crikey. Doyley, what about yourself?
Alexander-Arnold, Robertson, Kabak, they're all playing. I think it's Reece Williams played at Old Trafford in the FA Cup and he had an absolute nightmare, which wasn't entirely his fault. But that will prey on his mind a little bit, I'd have thought. Although I think the last game he played was Fulham, wasn't it? Is that right? Him and Nat Phillips started the Fulham game and he did okay. I know Fulham won, but he did okay. But I don't know. This would be a difficult one to throw him back in for that. Ben Davies. Again, how can we say, Reece Williams can't throw him in and then put Ben Davies in for his first ever Premier League game against the United team who just scored 6 on Thursday? I'm afraid it's going to have to be Fabinho. Sorry.
And they've got, obviously, the top end of the pitch, Cavani, who, of course, won that free kick late on in the FA Cup. But
he won the free kick, correct. Yeah, he did win it, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Raise eyebrows for those who were just listening to the audio. But Lynchy, what about yourself for the back four?
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen Ben Davies in the last couple of games just to sort of with this in mind and easing him in and giving him his Premier League debut. But the fact that hasn't happened, I think it's going to be Fabinho. And I don't think it's the right choice, but I just can't see the manager going with Ben Davies' Premier League debut at Old Trafford. I think it's, it probably puts too much pressure on the players. So as much as I'd like to probably see him in there as just to change things up, I think it's Fabinho alongside Kabak at centre half.
Well, as Doyley always says, this is where we pick our team. Don't pick the manager's team.
Yeah, well that's it. If it was me getting to pick the team, which would be a laugh.
Well, it is.
This is your chance.
This is the whole point.
God, thank God I don't actually have to do it. I would pick Ben Davies.
Right,
well, there you go. He's in then, isn't he?
He's in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gorsty midfield.
Well, Fabinho's in there. I think Milner's been okay lately, actually. I worry about Thiago occasionally. I do think sometimes pace of the game takes him by surprise a little bit. I think we'll see the best of him next season when we've got a proper team. Wijnaldum and Milner.
Wijnaldum and Milner, nearly tongue twister there for me. But Doyley, your midfield?
Can you go on to Lynchy while I have a bit of a think about this? Please?
Yeah, okay, because you put Fabinho in.
Well, if it's my team then, and I'm putting Ben Davies in there, so obviously Fabinho's in central midfield. I think, I quite like to get James Milner in there for this one. I think it's a big game. And then it's between Wijnaldum and Thiago, and I think, again, the manager would go with Wijnaldum in that situation, but I think I just want him to have a week off and have a sleep and just chill out because of how much football he's played. So I'd probably put Thiago in there.
Where's Curtis Jones at the moment? Is he out?
He's in my team. He's in my team. Is where he is. He's in my team.
That's where he is.
The problem is, I've been trying to work out the formation because I'm very much now of the opinion that if the forwards aren't scoring, just don't play them. Right. So, I want to get Milner, Thiago, Jones, and Wijnaldum all in there. Right. I want them all in there. So I'm trying. Well, I don't know what kind of formation because Salah's got to play. I'm not ruining the rest of the team, and I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do with the other one up there. So there's at least 4 in midfield, and then come back to me for the forward line.
Who are your 4 in midfield again? Did you say?
Wijnaldum, Milner, Thiago, and Jones.
That's a lot of midfield.
Right. Yeah, that is St Helens answer to Pep Guardiola trying to just work it around for the big game of the season. But Gorsty, your forward 3 then?
It's a difficult one. It's who's been the worst, Firmino or Mane.
Or who's been the least worst?
Yeah, against me better judgment, I'm leaving Jota out. I'm going to go with Mane, Firmino, and Salah. Right. Jota for the last 20 minutes or whatever.
Okay, Lynchy, yourself?
I think Ghosty's being conservative, like the manager would there.
That's not his. You're saying that's not his team?
Of course that's Ghosty's team. Of course it is. Yeah, I think I said before that I think Firmino is just too crucial to pull out of there, particularly in big games where you want to keep the centre halves busy. So he starts. Mo Salah, you can't drop him. So it's just a choice on that left hand side. And I think again, if I'm going to drop Wijnaldum out of my team, then might as well give Mane a rest because he's played too much football as well, and I feel sorry for him. So maybe start with Jota.
Right. Okay, Doyle, you're not starting Origi up with Salah, are you?
No, he's injured. That's ridiculous. Come on, guy. Honestly, keep up to that. I know you've been off for 2 weeks, but you must know that, surely. The team. I've kind of worked it out in my head now, so let's try and put this into actual English words. Jurgen Klopp always says he hasn't got enough English words to describe certain things, and I'm struggling with my extensive vocabulary to decide what I'm going to do with this team. So I'm going to have in the midfield Milner and Wijnaldum. Milner and Wijnaldum will be whoever's the deepest. Curtis Jones is over, kind of off towards the left, right? Salah is on the right. Wijnaldum is kind of in between those two, and Firmino's up front. But
I thought Wijnaldum was holding in midfield with Milner.
Sorry, Thiago. Thiago's the other one that he's played. Basically,
and who's through the middle?
So you've got Wijnaldum and Milner at the back, and you've got Firmino up top.
Right.
And then you've got 3 more players. Curtis Jones isn't so much on the left wing, but kind of leftish midfield. And then you've got Thiago in the centre, and then you've got Salah on the right.
Yeah, that's
so it's kind of a 4-2-3-1. But it's a team that will certainly, United will be thinking for the first 15 minutes, what on earth is going on? Where's Jurgen Klopp gone? Why is this bald guy in charge? What the hell is going on? Is he rating the players as this game's going on? Is he just trying to what's...
Is that what they do with a notepad? Brendan Rodgers is always scribbling it down. Right, match predictions. Let's get to that. Lynchy, you can kick us off. What's the score going to be?
Well, obviously, if you pick my team, they would win handily. But I think Jurgen's going to pick his team, and therefore, I think I don't hold that much hope for this. I think United are going to get a penalty and probably win 3-1.
Right. Okay. Ghosty.
Yeah, I mean, I'm reluctant to say Liverpool are going to lose, but I think this might be one where they will. I think they'll put up a little bit of a fight, but I think they'll lose 2-1.
Come on, guys. Sheffield United won at Old Trafford. Liverpool can do it. Doyley?
Liverpool will win 3-2. I think United are, and I've said it start. I think they've been the biggest fraudulent team of this pandemic. And in terms of, they've kind of been the positive to what Sheffield United have been the negative. Sheffield United have massively lost out through the no fans, and weirdly through the 3 subs rule as well. If they'd have been able to make more of that, then I think they'd have had a better chance of staying up. That's an irony there for you. But yeah, I do think that, on a serious point, I think United, while they did win 6-2, I think that kind of took a lot out of them. I think Liverpool will have prepared very well for this game. They got no excuse in that regard. I don't think Nat Phillips will be missed as much as he would have been against Leeds and Newcastle, provided Liverpool don't give away some stupid, United don't score a lot of headers from what I can recall. Even Harry Maguire doesn't score that many coming up. So as long as they can cut out those kind of daft set pieces, I think there's going to be a game where Liverpool's shots all go in. The last one was when they beat Palace 7-0, which was a bit ridiculous. I'm not saying Liverpool are going to beat United 7-0, but I think if they can get one where they get the nose ahead early on, I think United will think, well, hang on, we do want to win this, but we've got a big game coming up next week. We're a little bit tired. And it'll just all play in the mind. And I think Liverpool will win 3-2. So there.
From a hugely illogical team to a logical description as to why Liverpool are going to win.
Because absolutely everything this season has been fairly straightforward and has gone massively to plan, hasn't it? Yeah. Everybody expected everything.
Yeah.
So...
Very, very predictable season. We all knew how it was going to play out. Anyway, that's it from us for this edition of the Blood Red Podcast. Make sure you check out everything the Echo has to offer on Sunday around the game in the build-up and, of course, during the match as well. We'll be back on the YouTube channel with a debrief after the game, the post-game podcast on our audio-on-demand feeds. But from myself, Guy Clark, Paul Gorst, Ian Doyle and David Lynch, thanks for your time and your company. It's bye for now.